You are now tuned in to Go Time Dolphins with Charlie Touche and Kadeem Simmons, the Miami Dolphins podcast that's for the fans and by the fans.
Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's show time. Going all out when it's go time. I ain't wasting no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's show time. Cause it's your time. Lay it on the line when it's go time. Don't waste no time.
Ayo. It is Wednesday, but the Dolphins are amazing. We are playing on a Thursday night, which means we are previewing the game now and not on our regular scheduled time of Friday evening. So to join me discuss the Thursday night Thanksgiving game, as always, is Mr. Charlie Touche. Charlie, how are you?
It's Go Time Dolphins, the Miami Dolphins podcast that goes not only across the pond, but across the world. I'm your boy, Charlie Touche. Got my co-host, Kadeem Simmons, with me. And it's always for the fans and by the fans. Your favorite podcast, and official affiliates of Fanatics, where you could be a fanatic of your favorite franchise. Kadeem, you said joining you today to talk about the Thanksgiving game or something like that. I ain't gonna lie. I'm like, boy, it sounded like I was a guest on the show or something. I was joining me today talking about the Thanksgiving game. What's going on, man?
No, it's all good. Obviously, here in the UK, we don't have Thanksgiving, but I kind of consider myself a honorary American. So I will be celebrating Thanksgiving along with everyone else in the States, although I won't be doing the whole, turkey, cranberry sauce, yams, greens, mac and cheese. I won't be doing all of that. I'll probably just get a takeaway or something. So, no, it's all good.
You sounded pretty American just now, Kadeem.
Listen, I've been around the culture long enough to know what kind of goes down on Thanksgiving. Although I feel like this year the debate is like, is cranberry sauce acceptable for Thanksgiving? As if like that's the debate doing the rounds on social media at the moment. Cranberry sauce, and I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. So
I'm not a fan of cranberry sauce. And maybe when I was younger, it ruined it for me because I didn't understand the concept of why I wanted this texture touching the rest of my food on Thanksgiving. I didn't understand it. And as an adult, I haven't even had it like ever as an adult. So maybe as a child, it ruined it for me. And maybe I should go back to the well and revisit it because there are some things where I'm like, you know what? Maybe I have to unlearn some things and go back to the well and try it out for what it is. But cranberry sauce is not one of them. I ain't going to lie to you.
No, I hear that. Also, which just reminded me on a complete different note, if you are a Patreon, you would have heard some exclusive news in our Extra Point episode. We said we would tell that news on today's episode, so stay tuned for bonus time to hear the exclusive news. And also it's like not Go Time Dolphins related, it's more like NFL former Miami Dolphins player related. So, and shout out to Robert Ashton in the comments. He says, "What's up, guys? Looking forward to this, but the tension is growing a bit for Thursday night / Friday morning. Hit me with the good stuff." And then he says, "Charlie Touche is not a gourmand. I'm shocked." What's a gourmand? Is that something I should know?
Yeah, that sounds like some English stuff, Kadeem.
Not a gourmand. Oh, I don't know. Nah, that one's up. Robert, let us know what you are meaning. Charlie, there are some injuries, which probably means it's best to get into no-huddle early. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, let's no-huddle it up.
No-huddle it up. Let's get the music going. Let me get everything ready. My end. Let me know if that is too loud, if I need to turn it down or not. Do not start.
Just a tad to bit it down.
Yeah, of course. I got you. Yeah. One day I'm gonna write some bars to this. I don't know what the bars are gonna be, but we're gonna drop like a quick 16 or something and have some fun with it.
I should probably. Well, I'm going to debut all my new music on the podcast first. But this song has a song to it, and maybe I should play it one day on the podcast for everybody.
Oh,
that's the no-huddle song. Go ahead.
You 100% have to do that. So, just to clarify, Charlie, you are obviously there was no preview last week. You are 5-2. Playoffs are basically done for you. You are in. And to clarify, you want the temperature in Celsius at his an away game, right?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I kind of feel. Oh, that was my alarm waking me up for work. I kind of feel like Tua. You know what I'm saying? Like I got a good record when I'm playing, but that's when I'm playing. You know what I'm saying? Like when I'm here, I'm doing good, but I haven't been here enough. But yeah.
So,
hey, the music's still a little too loud.
A little too loud. No, I got you. Let's bring that down a touch a bit more. How's that?
All right, we all right.
Cool. So the weather in Celsius is -3 degrees Celsius, and your time starts now.
-3 times 1.8. Plus yeah, this is gonna throw me off, boy. We taking an L, but I hope we don't take an L like I'm about to take an L tomorrow, bro. What is it, 30? So plus 30 minus 6. I'm gonna say -24, -25. -25, final answer.
-25, right?
No. Positive 25. It's 25 degrees Fahrenheit is the final answer.
I can't lie. I feel like I gave you a bit too much help by going -25, right? But you are 5-3.
Hey, bro, what is?
But it's 27. So you're 0.5 off. 0.5 off, and I kind of feel like, not to get too much into the predictions, I feel like the Dolphins might suffer a similar fate on Thursday Night Football by being 0.5 off.
Bro,
we'll get into that.
Negative threw me off because I was trying to add my 32. And I'm like, if I add 32 to this, where's it going to put me? And then I said -25 it is, but it's really positive 25. And I got -6. Man, bro, I'm so sour right now. Like, bro, hey, that was one of those, oh, he got the snap off, the clock turned 0, but the refs let it play on. And I got it in, and then we lose with a walk-off field goal. That's what just happened just now, bro. It's 26, but hold on, what's the answer? 27? And I said 25?
27, yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
So you were close. In terms of the injury report, we do know that Tyus Bowser, Kendall Fuller, and Anthony Walker Jr. are out. Teron Armstead is questionable, and everyone else was full participants on Wednesday's practice. That includes Calais Campbell, Julian Hill, Tyreek Hill, Fender Postcard, Javon Holland, Alec Ingold, Benito Jones, Robert Jones, Jordan Poyer, Jalen Ramsey, and Isaiah Wynn. Also, Patrick McMorris has been activated off IR, and the Dolphins have let go of Marcus May. We'll get to that a bit later as well. On the Packers side, they have ruled out wide receiver Romeo Dobbs, Jair Alexander, and linebacker Adrian Cooper. 3 massive losses for the Packers. What do you have for the easy money bet of the? Easy money? No, fantasy. What do you have for fantasy?
Bro, I know what I did wrong with the weather. I did -6 plus 32. And that's how I came with 25, but it's really 26. And I was supposed to say 26. And I should, and at times, -3 by 2 instead of 1.8, which it really is. So I should have came up with 5 point something, and I would have came up with 26, and that would have put me in the threshold. And I lost.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Shoulda, woulda, coulda, Charlie. Yeah, there's so many different things I can say to that. The Dolphins should have got the stop against the Bills, but they didn't, and it was a 61-yard field goal. They should have got the dub against the Cardinals, but they didn't. So,
but I had to watch the film. I had to go back. I had to pull out the calculators now. Where'd I go wrong? I didn't want to wait till after the podcast. But fantasy football, man. Tua was on a roll. But Tua's going into 26-degree, 27-degree weather. What does that mean for the Miami Dolphins? It means we're not starting Tua in fantasy. It means we're starting Achane. It means we're starting Jonnu Smith. It means if you are on the cusp of a playoff game, you need to really consider who else you have other than Tyreek Hill if you're trying to get into the playoffs with 1 game left, 2 games left. As Kadeem, and this is perfect for Go Time Dolphins since the co-host has Tyreek on his team. You know what I'm saying? So this is something you really want to look into long and hard. If you have Tyreek Hill, I'm not starting Jalen Waddle. I'm not starting Tyreek Hill if I can avoid it. I will not start the Dolphins defense. I'm gonna start Jason Sanders though. Like Jason Sanders is like throwing darts, so we're gonna throw a dart at Jason Sanders. Other side of the ball, I'm starting Josh Jacobs. I'm starting Jordan Love, and if you want to play Russian roulette and start any one of the Green Bay Packers wide receivers, I would say you start Jaden Reed this week. Other than that, not starting nobody else. What you got, Kadeem? Who's on your bench?
So this is the thing. I've got T. Higgins.
Okay.
But I've also got Christian Watson. So I was waiting for you to talk about the Packers receivers, and you didn't mention him. So I might start. But I think the Bengals have got Pittsburgh.
All right, listen. I need to hear the options. Who we got at your receivers and your give us your starting lineup as it is right now, Kadeem.
So at the moment, I've got Jared Goff, J.K. Dobbins, and Joe Mixon, Tyreek Hill, Scary Terry.
Hold on. Dobbins is hurt.
I'm saying but I'm saying I haven't changed my team yet. So this is what I'm
let's do it right now. Let's do it right now.
Okay.
We on the clock. Let's do it right now.
So taking out Dobbins, and that leaves me with Brian Robinson Jr., who's questionable, or Trey Sermon against the Patriots.
Well, Brian Robinson Jr. might not even play. You might be going through it.
And the person I'm playing is the top of the league as well, which isn't ideal. Obviously, Tyreek Hill, Terry McLaurin, Travis Kelce. I've got Johnny Smith in the flex. I've got the Chiefs defense, and I've got Matt Gay, the kicker.
Don't you have Devontae Adams
on my bench?
All right, who else we got on the bench?
On the bench, I've got Devontae Adams, T. Higgins, Isaiah Likely, Brian Robinson Jr., obviously now Dobbins, Christian Watson, and Caleb Williams.
All right. I'm starting Devontae Adams and Jonnu Smith over Tyreek Hill. That's all I got for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if it's tampering if one person in the league is helping out the other person in the league. But this is just for a broad, micro level. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if you're having these type of conversations, I would start Devontae over Tyreek in desperation mode. I'm also starting Jonnu over Tyreek. Kadeem has a conundrum to make at his running back position. Should probably hit that waiver wire. We doing easy money?
Yeah, of course. Easy money. What you have for us, Charlie?
It's not that easy though. But here's what I got. Hear me out. I got a Thanksgiving parlay. Now, this is not Dolphins related, and I should say this for the Patreons, for the patrons, but I'll give it to everyone here. And it's a touchdown anytime touchdown from Josh Jacobs, anytime touchdowns from David Montgomery, and anytime touchdown from Jahmyr Gibbs, and that cashes out at plus 303. Plus 303. If you put $100 down, it's bringing back $303. So you're going to walk away with $403 in your pocket. Those 3 players are getting in the box on Thanksgiving. But as far as easy money pick of the week for this game, I want to be very transparent. In order for me to have a pick that's easy money, it has to be minus 250 or lower. This is minus 251. So it does not qualify. And I actually don't love it. It's the Miami Dolphins plus 8 points. So that means Green Bay would have to beat the Dolphins by 8.5 or more to lose. Although I think Miami can win this game, That's not a safe play. That's not a safe pick. Oh, yeah, walk-off field goal, late touchdown, lose by 1-score game. Cool. You cover, you cash out. I don't know if my heart can take my team losing and my team about to not cover for me. I don't know if I could do that. So what I found, which I like, is Jonnu Smith has made his way into the easy money pick of the week for the first time ever. Jonnu Smith plus 40 yards receiving. That is it. That cashes us out at minus 175. Listen, I think the way McDaniel is coaching right now, and peek behind the curtain, like my dog say, we gave out game balls. And one of my game balls were to Coach McDaniel because he's been calling the plays. And everyone who's on some play caller thing, but then when we're driving down the field methodically and not being this hit or miss deep ball team, he hasn't gotten no credit for it. And McDaniel has to get credit now. And I think what McDaniel is doing, he's playing the long con. You know what a long con is, Kadeem?
I've seen enough con shows, yeah.
He's playing the long con where it's like, oh, I'm going to just lull everyone to sleep. Not just within 60 plays of one game, like within 5 games and 5 weeks of, you know what? Y'all forgot we had Waddle. Y'all forgot we had Tyreek. And I do think there's something wrong with Tyreek, but it's like, this is the long con. Check down the H-hand. Intermediate route to Jonnu. 9 targets to Jonnu. 12 targets to Jonnu. 9 receptions for Jonnu. You know what I'm saying? And then there's going to be, y'all must have forgot Roy Jones Jr. over the top, the Tyreek. You know what I'm saying? So I think McDaniel is playing the long con, although I do think Tyreek is hurt. But in this week's easy money pick of the week, we will benefit. We will be the benefactor of Jonnu Smith going over 40 yards. His last 4 games, 87 yards receiving, 101 yards receiving, 45 yards receiving, 46 yards receiving. 11 targets, 8 targets, 4 targets, 6 targets. We are cashing out with Jonnu Smith with 40-plus yards, and that's the pick of the week.
You heard it here first. So, yeah, we know Tyreek has a wrist issue, and, yeah, we've been saying for a while now that he's obviously able to play and catch, but, probably trying to manage it and not make it worse. Shout out to IMAX. He says, what's up, Kadeem, Charlie, and chat. And then going back to Charlie is not a Gumor. Yeah, French, Gumor. It's a person who enjoys eating and often eats too much. So Robert Ashton adds that Gumor is a French word. I think it means someone who enjoys quality food, and cranberry sauce with turkey is quality.
In translation, Charlie Touche is not a foodie. I'm not a foodie. I'm not.
Is it? I can say it's not weird.
LB will go as far to tell you that I don't like trying new foods either. Like, that's what he will say. Like, oh, you don't like trying new stuff. Like, what you mean, Kadeem? I mean, what you mean, LB? Like, if I see something I like, I'm gonna eat it. That's it. But whatever.
I think we've been out drinking twice, and like, I already know what your drink order is. And again, I know you don't drink alcohol, but I know what your beverage of choice would be.
Is it normal, Kadeem? My beverage of choice?
Oh yeah, 100%. Like, there's nothing weird about it. It's just,
all right. I'm just saying, like, all right, let's get into the podcast.
We get into it. So, IMAX asked, is Montgomery playing? And as far as I know, yeah, he's not on the injury report, and he hasn't been ruled out. It's double checking now, so yeah, he should be good to go. Don't see any reason why.
It's a short week, so there's days where they would have practiced that they didn't practice, and you're not going to get. You should really look at the injury report tomorrow morning when everything hits the fan.
Yeah, so we'll keep you updated. Check our social medias and stuff like that. Before we do you want to do the Shaq Barrett stuff now or preview the game?
I mean, you just invoked it. Let's do it.
So, Shaq Barrett retires like during training camp. It's just like out of the blue. He signed with the Dolphins in March, and then a few months later says, "Yeah, I'm done playing football." And for those who aren't totally aware, Shaq Barrett lost a child like within the last 2 years, I believe it is, like a very young child. He continued playing like when it first happened. Let me factor that. Let me not just get this guy's life story incorrect. I'll be really, really, really rude. Shaq Barrett, personal life. Yeah, 20. Yeah, last year he lost his 2-year-old daughter. But played the season, moved to Miami, and then said, actually, you know what? Don't want to play. Totally fine. You do what you got to do. But out of the blue, this week he says, no, I'm coming back. Ready to come back, ready to play. The Dolphins own his rights, so he can't go nowhere. Defensive coordinator Anthony Weaver says he didn't even know about it. The first time he's hearing about it was during the press conference, and Coach McDaniel says that he and Chris Greer will talk about it. First and foremost, what are your thoughts on Shaq Barrett unretiring at the end of November?
We didn't do our prediction. We'll get to that after this. Shaq Barrett lost his 2-year-old daughter in a drowning incident. Bro, I don't have kids. I don't, but I have 13 nephews and nieces. I have friends. I have goddaughters and all type of stuff. I don't even have to tell you what I have and don't have. I think every human can understand another human for not being right in the years after losing a child. I cannot fathom what a human goes through in that moment or those shortly after. For him to retire, and we just talked about people retiring, walking away. Connor Williams, former Miami Dolphins, walked away in the middle of a season at 27 years old. Like, all right, I'm done. Rest in peace, Vontae Davis. Walked away at halftime. I'm done. Right. And although some can poke fun at it, there's some type of mortality there. Like, yo, dang, that's crazy. Like, someone would do this. Like, where are they mentally, right? I'm not saying they're off mentally. Like, it's just where are they mentally, right? So for Shaq, when that happened with Shaq Barrett, it's like, yo, I understand. You know what I'm saying? And then who wants to go through a training camp and put your body through all this stuff, and you're not even 100% after you put on the pads for the first time in preseason? Like, you're no longer 100%. Like, it's like, yo, I get it. So to return, though, after the trade deadline, it's like, no, this is it. It's either here or that's it. It's like, and then Coach Weaver said, I didn't even know. That's crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? That's on some Flores, Tua starting, don't tell nobody, don't even tell the OC type stuff. You feel me? So for Weaver say, I didn't even know, it lets me know it's like, look, for the Miami Dolphins, it's like, yo, bro, we got your rights, but at the same time, you got us already. We gotta be careful with you. We don't know what we're gonna get out of you. Now you actually, if I'm being real with you, you taking up somebody's spot. You know what I'm saying? You're taking up an opportunity away from someone else. But we want to win games. I hope he's good mentally, physically, emotionally. When it comes to football, I hope he's good. I hope all the human element of it is okay. As a football fan, it's like, all right, well, let's see what you got. You know what I'm saying? Now, I would not tie myself like with him moving forward after the season unless he comes in and says, nah, I got something I need to prove, and I'm where I want to be. And we just said this, Kadeem. Maybe someone walks away and it comes back and be like, oh, I'm just playing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just needed that break. So it is what it is.
Yeah, stay tuned for bonus time to hear about a potential retirement from a former Miami Dolphins player. Exclusive, you heard it here first. I think what's interesting is that when Shaq Barrett did retire, he went on the Kay Adams show and said that there was only one scenario in which he would unretire. And she basically asked him, is that, you're a team that's 3 games away from the Super Bowl? And he was like, nah, it's not so much a team. No, it's not so much a scenario, but a team. And people believe that's the Bucks. Like, if the Bucks are, running, like, on a playoff Super Bowl run, people believe will come out of retirement for that. Some people are speculating it's the Eagles, and kind of tying it to Brandon Graham basically being injured, saying he's done now. Like, if this is the way he's done, then it is what it is. And Shaq Barrett going, I'll go to Philly. And I think for me, I don't know what he went through to make that decision. I couldn't even imagine losing a child of any age. That's something one of my biggest fears in life is losing my son and my unborn baby. But if you want to come back and play for Miami, cool, great. Let's be honest, they could do with the help at edge rusher. Obviously, Tyus Bowser's injured for the Thursday night game. They're looking at, probably see Calais Campbell on the edge a bit more, which isn't really ideal for the Dolphins defense. So don't know when you're going to get Bradley Chubb back. So yeah, Shaq Barrett could be useful. The flip side is that if he thinks that the Dolphins are going to release him, or if he's hopeful that the Dolphins are going to release him so he can go sign elsewhere, me personally, you went for some really horrible stuff, but business is business. I ain't trying to help another team get a ring. If you want to come back and next season, hey, do what you got to do. That's all good. But if I was Chris Greer, I'd be like, we loved having you in the building. It's unfortunate that you haven't played for us, but I'm not gonna let you walk. And it's interesting because obviously Calais Campbell was nearly traded to the Ravens, and coach said you ain't going nowhere, and he was like, cool, fair enough. There's rumors or there's speculation that the Dolphins, don't make the playoffs, that they will release Campbell and say, hey, go find yourself a ring. But to me, that's different because Campbell has, put in the time with Miami this season. And I kind of feel like they would not owe him, but, they would at least give him the chance to go win a ring, having done everything he could for the Dolphins. Shaq Barrett had to put that time in. So it's a thank, but no thanks. You either play for the Dolphins or you continue sitting at home. It don't mean nothing to us.
Bro, this ain't got nothing to do with another team, bro. Like, but we paid you some real money. Like, I paid you. You feel me? Like, this is what you think this is. Like, bro, like this isn't like like there's a human element to it. There's a business side of it, and there's football. And this is Go Time Dolphins, so we have to talk about football. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I paid for a service for like my lawn to get cut or do some landscaping, and dude say, yo, I was sick with whatever, you know what I'm saying, for 2 months. I'd be like, hey, cool, no worries. You know what I'm saying? I already addressed it a few times. But guess what? I got you the next one. You can come in and get me right. You feel me? Like, nah, bro, like this is business. You know what I'm saying? By the way, since we're on it, and yeah, this has nothing to do with another team winning the championship. Nah, bro, like, yo, you owe us some bread. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to play ball? We got a jersey for you. Do you want to contribute or not? You know what I'm saying? Chop Robinson, in the last 4 games, 3.5 sacks, should be 5. 23 quarterback pressures, first in the league in pressure rate, second in the league in quarterback pressures. Like, bro, we're gonna be all right, but it's nice to have depth, and that's all I got with Shaq Barrett, because I think we went too long on it, if I'm being for real with you.
I agree. What about Ashton does say, make decisions based on what you think is right at the time. Situation can change, and yeah, situation can change. But you are contracted to the Miami Dolphins, and very, very quickly, I think him coming back after the trade deadline is on purpose. But again, it's a whole other issue. We might get to it on a bonus time episode. Spoiler alert, we won't, but it is what it is.
Hey, Miami Dolphins are 5-2 in Thanksgiving games, Kadeem. 5-2. That's a pretty good record. Do we make it 6-2, or do we fall to 5-3? What's your prediction for the game?
If you are still with us, and if you listen to this, you clearly are. Unfortunately, Charlie just missed out on the what we're calling it, the weather temperature conversion.
Yeah, we should call that a 2-point conversion. You get it, 2-point conversion.
Charlie just missed a 2-point conversion, and I think that the Dolphins are going to fall in a similar fashion. I think this is going to be a very similar result, or like the way the game is going to turn out, very similar to the Cardinals and the Bills game. I think offense is going to do their thing. I think the defense coming up against one of the best offenses in football right now, and I think it's going to come down to like a 50-plus yard field goal for the Packers, in which the Packers are going to win. And then the narrative is going to be, look, once again, Tua and Co can't get done on the road. I sincerely hope I'm wrong, but I just think it's going to be another gut-wrenching defeat. But I also don't think that's going to be the end of the Dolphins playoff hopes. So my prediction would be I'm going to go 27-26 victory for the Packers.
I actually got us getting 27, but I got the Packers getting 31. So I got us losing, or even 30, 27-30. And it's crazy because all those people were like, oh, you're barely winning games. Yeah, you look, you barely won. You only won. You won 7 games by 3 points. Like, bro, a win is a win. That's good teams find a way to win. And when let me correct myself. If we lose this game by 3 points to another walk-off field goal, that tells you how close you are to going from whatever our record is to whatever our record could have been if you won those 3 games on walk-off field goals. You feel me?
7 will be 7-5 and could have been what?
Hold on, we 5-6, ain't it right now?
Yeah, so we'll be 5-7 if we lose.
Yeah,
and then we'd be what?
We could have been 8-3, 4,
8-4. Yeah.
So yeah.
Quick question for you. What would be worse, losing to a walk-off field goal, or losing because Jason Sanders misses a walk-off field goal?
Jason Sanders missing, bro. Jason Sanders missing a walk-off field goal will be worse than losing to a walk-off field goal, because that means we did everything we could and we got ourselves in position to win. And here we are. We get to have the Celine Dion moment. All right, but you know what I'm saying? And then he whiffs.
You know, it would be funny as well. Okay, it would not be funny, but again, the narrative will be Tua didn't do enough. Tua didn't score a touchdown, or Tua didn't get an extra yard or an extra 2 yards. And like, there's a Dolphins lose regardless of what happens. The AFC Player of the Week is going to get the blame. If it's a walk-off field goal for the Packers, it's going to be, why didn't he get the extra points in this random quarter? And if it's the Dolphins lose because Sanders doesn't make the kick, it's going to be, why didn't the Dolphins score a touchdown? Or why did they settle for a field goal? Why didn't he? All this kind of stuff. Listen, I said it on the Patriots review episode. Even if we win, the narrative is going to change. So the narrative isn't going to change too much. The goalposts are going to move. It will be, oh, but he won in primetime in November. Can he do it in December? Can he do it in January when it matters? So
it was only 26 degrees. It wasn't 16.
Yeah. Like, I think Mike McDaniel hasn't won a game in under 30 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah. What is the Dolphins' win-loss percentage under Mike McDaniel when the temperature dipped below 30 degrees and it's 0?
Hey, how about, and this is not an excuse, but can we play in the division we're supposed to play in? Like, can we play in the AFC South like we're supposed to play in? Like, all these people talking about cold weather games, like, we're not even supposed to have all these cold weather games. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's something, like, we got to do what we got to do. But dang, bro, like, Miami Dolphins in the AFC East playing Buffalo and New England and New York. Like, whatever, bro. But listen, I got something for you, Kadeem.
Shoot.
Do you think we could win? Like, do you think? Listen, and I understand. I'm very optimistic, but I'm also a Dolphin fan. I like to think I'm realistic and rational and logical. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna be real with you, Kadeem. We've been here before, a lot of times in the past 3 seasons. We've never won this game, ever.
No.
Maybe the Dallas game. Maybe, you know what? We won it one time. Dallas was one of these games. primetime game, whether it's a cold weather game, whether it's a good team, if it's all right, we're about to really find out who we are type game, right? Something always happens. And I hate to bring this up, but even when we played the Bengals primetime, that's when the first concussion happened. When documented concussion happened, Tua went out. And it's like, dang, we don't know what we are yet. You know what I'm saying? And then every time, like, we lose, we played pillar to post, took Buffalo in the snow. They're throwing ice at us, you know what I'm saying? Ice balls at us. And it's like, dang, we almost won. But there's a moral victory here. As much as people don't like moral victories and like, yo, Dolphins are legit. Like they play these boys good, and we're one of the better teams in the league. But we still lost. You know what I'm saying? And then it's all, bro. We've only won one of these games, and it was against Dallas, which we clinched, which was great. But we've only won once, one of these games. And this is another one of those games where it's like, it's not about the prime time, if I'm being honest, and it's not about the cold either. It's about where it is in the season, how important of a game it is in the season against a quality opponent. We don't win these games. And I'm like, dog, y'all boys not going to trick me into thinking we're going to win this game, bro. You're not going to trick me into thinking we can win this. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to be real with you. I do believe we can, but I'm really going to sit watching the TV like, all right, let's see how y'all do it. You know what I'm saying? Like once upon a time, there was Michael Jordan. I got to see Michael Jordan play on a regular. You know what I'm saying? Everyone can't say that, and I understand it, and I appreciate history. Shout out to Michael Jackson too. He's in our group chat right now. We're talking about it. I was around for Michael Jackson. Got to see him live. Well, not in person, but live on pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I am appreciative of where I was born in life. The Dolphins have not been kind to me as a Dolphin fan. You know what I'm saying? And I would like to think that they're going to cash me out one of these times. And they haven't cashed me out yet. And I'm not talking about betting. I'm talking about just taking care of me as a fan. Like, hey, we got you on this one. Don't worry about it. I could see us winning. I just don't know how we get it done. And that's why I brought up Michael Jordan. I'm like, all right, I know he's going to do it. I just want to see how he does it. Everyone knows it's going to happen now. We just got to see how he does it. And we got that in Patrick Mahomes. For those who want to invoke a name, you know what I'm saying? Like, Mahomes is like, all right, I know he's going to do it. Let's just see how he does it, right? And it's the flip side for the Dolphins. Like, all right, I know you're going to blow it. Let's see how you blow it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want that no more. And I kind of want to see, let's see how this one goes. I just want to, can I just be a spectator without having heart problems and high blood pressure and I can't watch and I cover my face like a horror movie? You know what I'm saying? Can I just appreciate my team going out there and delivering?
So Robert Ashton says, Kadeem and I don't have as many Dolphins-induced psychological scars as you, Charlie, but yes, we can win. And I'm going to
right on time with that comment. Right on time.
And I'm going to throw it back to what you said earlier about how, you know, Coach McDaniel is calling these long drives, these, you know, chewing up as much clock as possible, getting into the red zone, punching it in for a touchdown. I'm not, you know, drinking the juice or, you know, got my rose tinted glasses on. I can see the Dolphins beating the brakes of the Packers and just going, this isn't the same team that you guys. No, what, Charlie, when we played them on Christmas Day, that game wasn't close until Tua got concussed. And then the game just flips on its head. I think the way the Dolphins are playing at the moment, I was having this conversation with Tom Valentine of PFF, and he was saying just the offense is different. It's beating teams in a different way. And I think the way the defense is playing at the moment, yes, they've played Gardner Minshew and Drake May, but you could argue that, you know, they kind of collapsed against Josh Allen and Kyler Murray. But I genuinely believe that Chuck Robinson is now in a different place as well. I think the linebacker situation has improved. I think the Dolphins defense can slow down the Packers enough and still give up like 20 points. But this Dolphins offense can put up 30, 35 plus and just,
Can
like
we?
I said, I genuinely think so, yeah.
In the 26-degree weather, we could do that.
Yeah, and because again, this isn't a pass-heavy offense that relies on the long deep ball. We are driving down the field, passing, running the ball. Tua is surgical at the moment. And I think with Jair Alexander out, that is a massive miss for the Packers. And yeah, like I said, I predict the Packers to win by a walk-off field goal, but I would not be surprised if this game finishes.
I want to be clear. I'm not saying. All right, I did say the prediction is if I had to predict, we're going to lose. I'm not saying, the Dolphins are going to lose. I just want to see how they do it. I did kind of say that. I alluded to it, but I do think we can win. I sent you a picture, Kadeem. I need you to get it up for us. My bad is last minute, but this is the episode where we have to show this picture. It just has to happen. And while you get it, the picture up, I'm going to talk through this. The Packers last 5 games, 24-22 win over the Texans. 30-27 win over Jacksonville. 24-14 loss to the Lions. 20-19 win over the Bears, and 38-10 over the Niners. So they won 4 of their last 5. And they barely escaped against the Texans and barely escaped against Jacksonville. I mean, we barely escaped against Jacksonville too. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is, hold on, before you show that pic. All I'm saying is they're not the Chiefs. They're not the Bills. You know what I'm saying? They're not this juggernaut that we have to worry about. This is the type of game where you could feel comfortable with that +8. I kind of like that +8. Dolphins go up 10, 6, 7, 8, 9. That +8 looking real good for them to cover. So this is a game where I can feel safe with +8. But I just know the pressure. This is not a must win, but there's some pressure on this game. You know what I'm saying? So I know the pressure. And I'm not a fan of us going through and silencing critics. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? So all the things that I said I got to see, Kadeem, Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson, got to see all type of great games in my life. Mike Tyson, all the Mikes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro. That was a good time. I ain't gonna lie. Tom Brady messed up my adulthood. He really did, bro, because he's the only reason why I don't have all the great football memories. You know what I'm saying? But I have like great other memories of other things in life. Bro, I watched this game live. It is the Miami Dolphins versus the Dallas Cowboys Thanksgiving. And if you're a Dolphin fan from way back when, you know this picture that we're about to show. It is the Leon Lett snow game when Don Shula was on the sideline. Oh, wait. I want to say it was Shula. Yeah, it was Shula. I think. My bad. But at the same time, yeah, I think it was the windbreaker. And yeah. But anyway, so you can show the pic, Kadeem. When I think about Thanksgiving, this is the picture that I think about. Like, dang, bro. And this is what Shirai Steve, he kind of argues with me about. I'm like, Steve, I'm not arguing that we're not one of the historic franchises. I'm just saying we don't act like a historic franchise because we have some really good historical moments. If you're listening on our audio version, we got the picture up. It's Leon Lett. The Miami Dolphins were down, I want to say 16-14 maybe. And we kicked the field goal to be the go-ahead score. And I want to say Dallas blocked it and the ball went forward. You know, if the ball goes forward, you should stay away if you're on the defense. But Leon Lett came to the Dolphins' rescue and for an inexplicable reason, just wanted to go touch the ball for the Miami Dolphins. He touched the ball, did not recover in these inclement weather conditions. The Dolphins recover the ball, get a second chance at this field goal. We score, and I think we won 17-16, something like that. We won by like this field goal, right? The field goal that they blocked, game's over, we lose. But Leon let it happen. If you're a Dolphin fan, you know that. Leon let it happen, and then we covered it up, and we scored and we won. I think by a field goal. Well, not even field goal. I think it was 17-16. So this is some of the stuff I remember. And we have a franchise, bro, where it's like, yo, we have some good stuff in our franchise, bro. And it's just not in the past 15 years that we've had stuff that we can really, yeah, man, I'm a Dolphin fan. Look at this. I'm a Dolphin fan. You feel me? And it's time that the Dolphins come full circle and be like, nah, bro, we back. And although we lost our quarterback for a few games this season, this could be a we back type of season, bro. And you go out here and not even trail against Green Bay and you win by 12, and in a game where you should have won against the Cardinals and they weren't even close to beating us, in a game where the Patriots weren't even close to beating us, in a game where Green Bay's not even close to beating us. Oh, Miami is a deal. Miami is a team. My bad. Tua really is what he is, and we're sorry, Miami, but y'all boys have arrived. And that's what I want tomorrow. I just don't know if I'm going to get that.
One can hope. Robert Ashton says, you forgot to mention that after the Dolphins spent a few minutes clearing the snow, the ball was moved further back from the spot they had just cleared. And then he says, all the things Charlie has seen, and all I want to see is Charlie in the victory visor on Friday. I agree. Before we get into bonus time, Friday will be going about 6 hours earlier than normal Friday, but we have a special guest, so make sure you join us for that. Charlie, get us into bonus time.
Yeah, man. Black Friday review episode. Hopefully it's Victory Friday review episode. First time we'll have one of those. At the same time, y'all know what time it is. Stay positive, test negative. For Kadeem Simmons, I'm Charlie Touche. Thank you for tuning in this time. Make sure you catch us next time on Go Time. Already.
Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's show time. Going all out when it's go time. I ain't wasting no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's show time. Cause it's your time. Lay it on the line when it's go time. Don't waste no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's show time. Going all out when it's go time. I ain't wasting no time.
Charlie. We mentioned on the last episode that we had exclusive news which we would tell on Patreon. We did that on Patreon. If you're not a member, we would love it if you join us over there at Patreon/Go Time Dolphins. But we also said we would give the news over here on YouTube, and as men of our word, we are going to do that. So shout out to our source, and this one we don't mind telling you who the source is because he said we can tell you. Shout out to Charlie Wilson. He messaged me Monday at like 1:15 in the morning, knowing damn well I was sleeping. But he said, former Miami Dolphins player Jerome Baker does not want to play anymore. He might retire after the season. He thought about it before being traded, apparently. So we didn't even realize he got traded to the Titans. We thought he was still with Seattle. But Jerome Baker is currently in Tennessee with the Titans. But he's considering retirement, and it's not the first time he has thought about that. So we discussed it on Patreon, but I thought, we'll tell the news here and have a very quick discussion about our thoughts on former Miami Dolphin Jerome Baker potentially retiring.
Yeah, and I'll just go over quickly what I kind of said. Like, yo, you got drafted by the Miami Dolphins. You're beloved in the city. This is the city you were drafted to. You probably have a $1 million home in Miami, multi-million-dollar home in Miami. This is where you want to be. And then once that team lets you go, you're not beloved like that for the next team. You went to Seattle. They don't love you like that. They don't even treat you like that. Like, yo, this is not home to you. So once you go to that team and it's not the same, I can see how some players like, yo, I don't want to be the side chick. I want to be the main piece. You feel me? Like, and he's not the main squeeze no more. He's not even a side chick no more for other teams. So it's unfortunate. And now there's like the reality of it is, yo, I'm a multi-millionaire. I have a family. I have kids, maybe potentially. Do I want to go from having this mansion and this lifestyle that I had in Florida to living in apartments for a team that I'm probably not going to be on next year? Then I got traded from Seattle to Tennessee. Am I going to be a journeyman now? Like, now I'm at the acquiesce of just a team. You know what I'm saying? Like, now I'm just a piece. I'm a pawn now. I used to be a bishop. You know what I'm saying? Once upon a time, I was a rook. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm a pawn. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I can understand my dog saying, nah, I'm Bake Show, bro, not Fake Show. You know what I'm saying? I'm out of here. Y'all not gonna treat me like this. You know what I'm saying? My dog, you got a Jerome Becker mug. You feel me? Like, he was a dude once upon a time. Father Time catches us all. He's still young as a human, not as a football player, but at the same time, nah, bro, go live your life, bro. You probably got boats and stuff, man. Go do whatever you want to do. You know what I'm saying? So same thing what I was saying about Shaq Barrett. Like, maybe he walks away and says, I had like 4 more years in me. You know what I'm saying? But you only get to do this once. And at the same time, he's been doing it since who knows how long, middle school. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he's like, yo, I'm done. And if you're done, be done. I like it. Shout out to Charlie for giving us that too.
100%. It's one of those things where, like I said on Patreon, hope he's okay. Hope it's nothing super serious. You know, hope it's just him going, I had a great career. I didn't win a ring. You know, never played in a Super Bowl, but I had some great moments, some teammates, and I'm kind of, done with football. I ate 24/7. I just want to stop. You know, I think he turns 28 Christmas Day. He might be like, Miami, Seattle, Tennessee, 3 great teams. Could I have achieved more? Yeah, but I don't need to chase a ring, and I don't need to keep on playing until, I'm the, third string. It's like basically the Daniel Jones of, of football. He's doing scout team running back or scout team offensive lineman. Do you know what I mean? So, listen, hope he's okay. If he does decide to hang up his cleats, be it now or during the season, wish him nothing but the best. And like I said on Patreon, we will always have that Chiefs game where he sacked Patrick Mahomes for like negative 30 yards with like, yo, this guy's a dude. So shout out Jerome Baker.
That's all I got, man.
That's all I've got. Charlie, we head over to Patreon to do easy money.
Easy money. We got some easy money this week too.
100%. You heard it here first. So thank you for joining us as always. IMAX before we go says DraftKings Thanksgiving slate is $5 a chance at winning $1 million. That sounds amazing. I wish I had DraftKings in the UK. That's the kind of thing that I wouldn't mind doing. Shout out to our friends over at DraftKings. But yeah, we are heading over to Patreon. Not live. That'll be probably coming out early tomorrow morning. So until the next one, we shall see you soon. Peace.